Hello everybody, I'm Andy Pruitt, Director of Communications and Technology with Charleston County School District. I'm here at Julia Mitchell Elementary School with the 2017 District Teacher of the Year, Mia Pace, and we're here to talk about the academic calendar. Who's involved in creating it and what requirements we have to meet when it comes to the academic calendar. So Mia, first of all, thanks for taking time to speak with us. This is a big topic, and I think first off, let's go into who's involved in the creation of the academic calendar, first starting with the options that are provided to the public for feedback and ultimately decided on by the Board of Trustees.
So as the district looks forward each school year to create the calendar, this year it started with the Teachers of the Year. So every school throughout the district, elementary, middle school, and high school, had a Teacher of the Year represented at each session where we worked on the calendar.
Was it kind of a surprise? This is only the second year that the Teachers of the Year Roundtable have direct input on those calendars. So when you started working on this, or when Emily Woody, the Director of Professional Development for our district, brought this to you, was it somewhat of a surprise to find out that you guys are going to be involved in creating this?
It wasn't a complete surprise that we were asked to do this. Last year, the Teacher Roundtable did put the calendars together as options for the district to look at. So our teacher representative at school came and talked to us about that. And so when we met with the top 5, the honor roll teachers, Emily said this is what we would be tasked to do. The first meeting that we held as the roundtable, we prepared the teachers. We asked them to get input and get some suggestions from the teachers in their building. So the very first time that we came together, it was not a surprise.
And it takes a lot of work, so it's not something you did overnight. How long had the Teachers of the Year Roundtable been working on this to provide those options to the Board of Trustees?
So the Teachers of the Year at the Roundtable started with the very first roundtable in September, and we laid out all of the options and we learned what the state law requires. And then we continued the work through October and November. At the end of November, the choices that were presented were finalized and they were given to senior district leadership in December.
I think it's important that teachers have direct say in these options that are provided to the public and ultimately decided on by the board. But from your perspective, and maybe input you also got from your fellow Teachers of the Year, what was the most eye-opening moment or eye-opening part of this experience for you guys?
The most eye-opening moment or the most eye-opening part was the fact that we had to create an instructional calendar that was in the best interest of our students, in the best interest of our teachers and our parents, but yet we had to do it all within the confines of what the state requires from each district throughout South Carolina.
Okay, Mia, you alluded to it. There are regulations, there are requirements, since we are a public school district in the state of South Carolina, that our academic calendar must meet. Can you highlight some of those so that people are aware of what we have to get in and do when it comes to our academic calendar?
So the first thing that we have to take in consideration is that students have to have 180 days of instruction, and that calendar must cover 9 months of the calendar year. And we also have to abide by the rule that says we cannot begin school before the third Monday in August. This year, the third Monday in August is very late, and that is August 20th, and we're going to begin school on August 21st.
So, going over those things and other things that you mentioned, what do you hope people understand about this process, whether it be our parents, community members, fellow staff members? What do you hope they take away and understand about this process in creating options for the academic calendar and just the academic calendar itself?
What I hope people will take away from this is that we spent 3 months putting this together. It was not something that we took very lightly. It was work put in by teachers, ultimately with the goal of creating a calendar that supported instruction and followed the guidelines. And we worked very hard to make sure that what we presented we felt was adequate for our students.
And I know one thing that you guys really struggled with was what is reflected in all the options out there is that the first semester will end after winter break. Based on the state regulations, but what are some other factors that went into that decision as far as to why the first semester for the upcoming 18-19 school year will have to end after winter break?
So one of the problems that we had was that late start. August the 20th doesn't give us the required number of days that we have to have between the first quarter and the second quarter. We also had to include the weather makeup days. And the way the weather makeup days work is we have to include 3 in our calendar, but we have to anticipate where we might need the most days. And for us, being on the coast, those are the hurricane days, just like we had to make up this year. So we put 2 of those in there. So as you see the calendar now, there are 84 days. If we were to lose any days, that number decreases. So what we run into is we have to make sure that our high school students have enough days within their time frame to get credit for their classes.
Well, Mia, I appreciate your time to break some of this down. I know it was not an easy process, but hopefully teachers felt appreciated in understanding they had direct input on this too. We also have more information available on the academic calendar. It is on our website, ccsdschools.com. You can go to the main page. On the left side under quick links, click on the academic calendar quick link. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.